Hey. Hey. Oh, I thought I would start it out a little different here today, playing some, sharing some sweet music, because I love me some good music. Okay, that one right there is titled. Well, I can't tell you the title yet. I can't tell you the title yet because it is not yet. Yes. Mm-mm. Yeah, yes. As I was saying, I can't tell you the title yet. Sound like a DJ. Sound like a DJ tonight. Unintentionally, but I can't share the name yet because I'm excited about it, but I can't tell you about it yet. Today, Wednesday, we made it past the threshold of the week. The threshold of the week. We are past halfway. So, if you didn't think we could make it, we gonna make it, okay? We definitely are going to make it. All right. You'll have to forgive me. I really love that bass line, okay? Ooh. Mm. Still hoping that you can hear me here as I share this. Mm, mm. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. let's uh, let's jump right into it before I get carried away today. Today I wanted to talk conversation, uh, building off from what we had yesterday and the day before, and this concept of responsibility, vulnerability, and honesty, and how the interplay of these three concepts can help us navigate life um, a little bit easier. Okay, today I wanted to talk about the vulnerability that is required in conversation. Conversation necessitates a certain level of vulnerability, especially good life changing conversation. It requires you to be open and share pieces of yourself quite honestly. Like this that you're seeing, this is who I am. And take it or leave it. This is who I am. And that level of vulnerability and again responsibility for this being that you are and just showing every single part of yourself at least that you're comfortable showing in that specific moment takes honesty. It takes courage. It takes courage to have a conversation. It takes courage to have a real conversation, especially when it comes to difficult, difficult topics. Because I truly do believe in this idea of changing the world one difficult conversation at a time. The more we avoid the difficult conversations, the more we avoid the solutions to these difficult conversations. Unfortunately, the two are tied and interlinked. Okay? There's no avoiding, if you avoid the problems, if you avoid the difficult conversations, then you avoid the very solutions to those problems. Because unless we talk about how it is hard for someone to hold an opinion that is not quite in line with the mainstream opinion, whether that opinion falls on the right or on the left, right? Like disagreeing with that should be okay. The left exists to keep the right in check and vice versa. Because when we become, this is something that Dr. Peterson says so beautifully. It's like, ah, damn. As I thought of how to put it together, I lost my train of thought. As is a normal phenomenon with me, but let me try and phrase it in a way that is going to be digestible. He says that the left represents, I'm paraphrasing here, the beauty of creativity and the untamed fire of youth and art, and that desire to challenge the norm, that desire to reinvent the wheel, and that keeps society moving forward. Whereas the right, it keeps us connected to our root, it keeps us connected to the the narrative. He really loves to use this. It keeps us connected to these ideas that have held true generation after generation after much testing. This is how I took him to mean what he was saying, in the sense that being conservative preserves the ideas that have kept us alive, the ideas that have kept us alive as a race, a human race. And the other side, on the left, it helps us to reinvent or shed the pieces of these ideas that are archaic and at times even detrimental, and which are no longer beneficial for the survival of the human race. And it is beautiful, this discourse between these two sides of the conversation. And for one to completely silence the other means that we find ourselves in a situation where there isn't either progress forward because the left isn't listening to the right, or there isn't a grounding in a certain, in that kind of reality, that kind of day to day that is necessary for survival and for propagation, you know. Let me come down from this ideological and esoteric staircase that I just jumped onto. I am, in essence, trying to say this, okay? Talking with people who believe things that are completely different to yours, right? It helps you shape your worldview in such a way that you are able to it it's like a safeguard from becoming overly radicalized, right? And that's been the danger in our societies. Like, ideas have become weaponized and have become radicalized on both sides, right? And it is putting our societies in a space where we are going to self-destruct. We, I promise you, are going to self-destruct if the discourse continues on the path that it has been thus far. And it's time to open up the conversation to disagreement. It's time to open up the conversation to discomfort. It's time to open up the conversation to difficult conversations, and things that we disagree with and things that we don't like. Okay, these are my views. Right, that's how I think we should be having conversation right now. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly say something in the live chat to see if anyone is listening. Hey, because I've actually gotten this quite a bit. Like, a few people don't actually believe that I'm actually live right now. Many people are under the impression that this is a pre-recorded session. So I'm going to, like, in real time say, "Hey, your lovely catching up. Shoot me a quick yep, yep. Don't don't mind my weird expressions. It is what it is. If you like it, shoot me a quick yip yip. Even if you're watching this after the fact, just shoot me a quick yip yip. And just in case you didn't believe that it was live, I'm sure seeing this in the live chat will actually show you that We're actually live, so you can interact and shoot me a text, ask me a question, absolutely anything, and we can go about it. The conversation tonight is about conversation, okay, and how to have good conversation because the art form of conversation has been lost. It is completely trampled on, completely. Good conversation is a lost art. It's a lot more about um, being correct and saying what you have to say and it being heard, right? And a little less about conversation, a little less about whether or not your intended audience actually receives your message and then adopts the ideas that you want them to adopt. No, this is a force feeding style kind of conversation, an atmosphere that we're in now, with high paced social media, where if I keep complaining about social media whilst on social media. I get it. But I'm not necessarily calling social media bad. I'm calling social media culture currently on the wrong tracks. That's what I believe. These are my beliefs. And I hold that anyone should be able to believe what they would like to believe in their own little safe corner. And also, when you publish your opinions out there, everyone else is allowed to disagree with you. Okay? You put it out there for critique, for peer review. And once we review it, you get all mad and upset. I am open to my ideas being criticized and my ideas being disagreed with completely because it helps me more than even it helps me shape my ideas because when I get that resistance, and it isn't always resistance, when I get that um, when I get that conversation, it helps me examine the parts of my ideas that I'm not seeing as clearly as I should be. I am of the mind that I should keep these as concise as I possibly can, but let's share this amazing baseline one more time. As I usher us out here, I have appreciated your company and I appreciate you taking the time to listen in and all that. You are amazing. And I will see you in the next one. Happy conversating.